All right, well, thank you for tuning in to TTV. I'm your host, Toya, and today is Expression Thursday, and I am very honored to have a very special guest with me today. This is a beautiful goddess. Her name is Rhonda. She's a teacher who loves to teach any and everything that she knows to other people. She is one of the most giving people I know, especially when it comes to her knowledge. So I'm grateful and I'm thankful to introduce Rhonda. How are you today?
I am fantastic. How are you, Toya?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Like I told everybody before the other videos, I'm trying to knock the last tail end of this little COVID stuff out. But, all I got is my raspiness voice. So I apologize for that. But other than that, I am wonderful. I'm wonderful.
Oh, that's great. And no apologies needed. Everybody understands what's going on in the world today. So we all make room for that. So
exactly. And I'm glad I got it now, because now I got it in the beginning of 2022 and it's done. I'm done. I ain't got no more sickness for the rest of the year. So I'm good. I'm good. I'll take it now.
Okay.
At least that's how I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it.
Okay.
2022 said, let's just get this out the way. So I'm good with it. I'm good. Well, as you know, today is Expression Thursdays. And I just come on here and wanted to ask you quick questions, just a couple of them. The first being, how do you express yourself to the world? Like, how do you showcase who Rhonda is to the world?
Oh, wow. That's a great question. I want to say the most profound way that I share who I am is by the classes that I host on a monthly basis. So as you mentioned in your introduction, just being able to share who I am through my teachings and what I've learned, my experiences. There's a saying that my husband used to say. He says, if you want to avoid the pitfalls in life, ask the guy who fell in them.
That's a good quote. That's good. That is good.
But I kind of live my life through that. Outside of teaching, I think we express ourselves in everything we do, from how we dress, how we speak, the activities that we choose to participate in. Everything that we do is an expression of self. And some people really forget about that. Even when you do nothing and choose not to eat right and not to do the things that you are supposed to do, if there's a such thing as supposed to,
exactly,
you're still expressing yourself.
I agree. I agree 100%. And I think that was even with one of the Tao Te Ching, even in doing nothing, you're doing something. So, yeah, so I would wholeheartedly agree with that. Now, I know you talked about your classes. What exactly is involved with these classes? Because that would kind of be like your tool is to teach. So how do you use that tool? What kind of things do you teach?
Well, the main theme for all of my classes is manifestation. I've been blessed to be able to manifest most things that I wanted in the course of my life. And with that being said, there have been specific things that I've done. And my classes teach those specific things over time, because everyone has different roadblocks, if you will, in their life that's stopping them from being their best self. And so my classes teach you how to remove those blocks and to how to really hone in on who you are so that you can manifest, whatever it is that you came here to, what gifts you have to share with the world.
And I agree, because I've taken your classes before, and you do a phenomenal job teaching that. I even know that the class that I took with you, the one main goddess class, I remember how it was a lot of things that I knew, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this. And I remember before I even took the class, you told me the class was a way to take all that little bit of knowledge and put it together under one kind of lesson plan. And in doing so, I was able to see how it all ties in together. And then some stuff I knew more than I thought I did, and some stuff I didn't know anything about, and some stuff I thought I knew some stuff about, but not really. It was a wonderful, overall experience that I had with your class. And
well, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. That's exactly it. I'm a Virgo, so I'm Miss Practical about everything. And as I went through learning these things, and I'll just call them esoteric knowledge that we learn along the way, whether it be about crystals, whether it be about, spiritual things or what have you. We know a little bit about a lot.
Yes.
And to be able to put it into a curriculum so you can learn the whole of that thing and actually apply it to your life is everything. Because you can go anywhere and get a crystal class, but what does that do for you?
Exactly.
If you don't know how to apply it practically to your everyday life, it's just some rocks at the end of the day.
Right.
But if you know how to apply it to your life, then everything changes around this information that you're taking in. And so that's actually what the classes are all about. Practical expressions of the things that we basically already know.
And it was a very, very well put together. And I'll say that too for the other classes and meditations and things like that I've done with you as well. You have a very good knack at putting it all together and explaining it in a way that people can understand. And I know, and I appreciate that. I know the other people who've been in there before, the other ladies, they seem to appreciate it as well. So, yeah. So the last question is, what tips do you have for others? So if you were to give a tip to somebody who's struggling to find different ways to express themselves or even trying to find themselves, what tip would you give them?
Go back to your little girl or little boy, because we have all the answers already. But we get lost in the sauce of being an adult. The whole adulting thing.
The girl.
It's overrated.
So overrated. Oh my God. Yes. Yes.
You go back to the little girl or little boy. They have all the answers, and they're still there inside of you. You can still tap in, and of course, if you need help tapping in, that's what my classes do. But that would be my suggestion: is to go back to the little girl or little boy within and get the answers from your little boy or little girl self.
That is a wonderful, beautiful answer. And I think it's one, too. We don't give enough attention to that little boy or little girl inside of us because, like you said, we're always adulting, paying bills, trying to get these jobs done and, clean the house while you tired, trying to take care of everybody else. So, yes, I agree with that. And I think that is a wonderful tip that we do forget about sometimes. All right.
Yes, definitely. But a very valuable key in actually living your authentic life, because the world will tell you a million things that you're supposed to be and do. And it isn't until you tap into your true self that you really find happiness and fulfillment in life. So, yeah, that's where the answers are.
Yep, I will agree. Well, I thank you so much for spending the time with me today. I will have your information posted. So if anybody wants to get in touch with Miss Rhonda, Goddess Rhonda, the information will be posted in the link below, for you to get in contact with her. Any other information you would like to provide before we end?
No, I think you've done a great job. And if you put my information below, that'll be good enough. I just appreciate you so much for having me on your show to be able to share what it is that I do to express myself. Because this is the tea with Latoya. So.
Yes, tea time with Toya.
Okay. Thank you for allowing me to share the tea with you.
Yes, thank you for coming. I appreciate it. I really do. All right. Well, that's it for Tea Time with Toya. I thank you all for joining us. Again, Rhonda's information will be linked below if you want to reach out to her. Or even look at some of her classes. I'll have that information below. But I love you guys, and I will talk to you tomorrow.